And welcome back to another RSG Lunch Hour stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew. Welcome one and all to the stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We've got an awesome group of peeps here today with us. A lot of peeps, actually. We'll go around and introduce them quickly. So let's just get that knocked out. We've got Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman. Who's not saying anything? Okay.
I'm focusing very hard on collecting my.
You know what, Finn? Welcome back to another art. And my phone went off. Oh, that's tradition. Grim's also here.
Wasabi.
Wasabi to you, my friend. That's ooh, look at you speaking the Japanese. Sainley's here, of course.
Hello there.
Hello there, back. We also got my boy Vincelli from Battlefront and Galaxy Heroes.
What's up, everybody?
Hey. And then also, all the way from across the pond with Sweary Daughter in hand, Mike Hunt.
Spotted Dick.
Okay. That's the words of the day. And then also joining us, she is, as we said yesterday, we are going to be doing the Ranger J 1999 interview with the one and only, my alcoholic Canadian apprentice, T Money G's here, everybody.
Hey, good morning.
Yay.
And they rejoiced by eating
Grim,
the
that's
minstrels.
not how we practiced at all.
Let's try it again.
And they were forced to eat Robin's minstrels, and there was much rejoicing.
Yay! T Money, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I woke up. It's 9. Is it 10 o'clock here?
I don't know. You tell us.
I'm off work today. I'm off work this week.
o'clock.
It's spring break in Canada. Is it spring break in the U.S.?
I think for some parts, yeah. That's, it's a great day for Canada and therefore the world.
It's true.
So before we do the interview, just let you guys know we will be taking questions as we always do. What is the lunch hour stream? That's just where we kind of hang out. BS, hang out with you guys, answer your questions, something to listen to while you eat your lunch, so wherever you're at. Remember, if you want to listen to us after we stream this live, which we stream every day from 12 to 1 p.m., you can listen to us on iTunes. You can download us like a podcast, and you can listen to us that way. Or you can just go to YouTube, and you can follow the chat and everything that goes along with it on YouTube. So, and if you'd like to support us, you can give us, the best way is to give us a thumbs up. And also subscribe. We hit over 3,000 subscribers and climbing, guys. Yeah.
What?
And the announcement is that for our 3,000 subscriber, thank you to you guys. We are going to have Finn make Twinkies. Yay! We're going to put that Twinkie maker to use, and we're going to tape it and all that stuff. Right, Finn?
That is correct.
Right. And so I don't know what he's planning on making as recipes or anything like that. You guys will have to get with Finn. I don't know.
He's busy collecting berries. That's why.
Yeah. And also join us. I forgot. Sir Loki, the lightsaber builder. So he's busy charging his phone and scoping out all the hot women in his area that he is too afraid to go talk to. I told him he should just go up and be like, "Don't you know who I am? I'm Loki, the lightsaber builder."
Yeah. That's right. Nah, man, when they look this good during the day on a Wednesday, there's definitely something going on in the background.
It's criminal.
Brings new meaning to Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Nah, if they're truly happy, they would show up in pajamas to work, and that's how you know. So
word.
Yeah.
And then also, now make sure you get your questions in. Remember, tonight's stream was tonight from 8 p.m. to whenever we get done. Usually about 10:30. This is usually by the time we get done. Shoot for. No, what else? I'd never said that about Darth Bane. How dare you, sir? So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the interview with T Money. T Money G wants to interview me. So, like a 60-minute interview, we're going to be doing that. So, T Money, the floor is yours, madam.
All right. So yeah, I wanted to do an interview with you, like in honor of your 3,000 subscribers.
Word.
And just because I'm curious about a few things, there's a few serious questions, and then a lot of silly questions.
Oh,
But
okay.
the serious questions are stuff that I've always wanted to know, and I've, maybe never been drunk enough to ask.
But now you're
Just
sober.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. So first, we're not going to talk about selling mods or Zetas or anything like that, but just talk a little bit. How do you feel actually about buying KOTOR? Because you actually paid money for this game.
Yes.
And I just really didn't pay attention and just drank a lot of moonshine. How was that for you?
Well, I mean, I've played it before, so it's just been a long time since I played it, and I thought you would get a kick out of it because you were so excited to see KOTOR, and I know you've talked to me about the history of Revan and all that stuff, and I was like, well, this, and you've been doing research as per my request and learning, and I figured that'd be kind of cool since you were excited about KOTOR, that you would love to see the game and see how the history of everything happens and transpires. And as soon as I started playing it, you're like, I don't like this. I could have reached through the mic and choked you.
Where was Revan? We
You
had like
are
a 4-hour
Revan. You have to build up to becoming Revan. There's a whole story about that. Yeah, because
you get to be Revan.
You are Revan.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yes. See. You have
Okay.
there's a whole storyline there that I don't want to just reveal, but I mean, unless you want to know, but you eventually become Lord Revan.
All right. Well, maybe we'll try again.
We're going to. Trust me, we're getting our money's worth
out
of that, young lady.
it was very funny. I'm just feeling badly right now. So what I really want to ask is tell us how RSG got started. So, and like you guys have 3,000 subscribers. You've been going for, you're the longest running stream, right? Like, is it Saturday or Wednesday is the longest running stream?
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, yeah, for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. How did you guys get started? When did you start? Tell us that story.
Well, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So, really, when the game first came out, there wasn't a lot of people doing anything. I mean, a few people that, when I first started playing, it's November, was it 2015? Somewhere in that time period. The only people I found initially was Tiny Grimes and then Jedi Alon was streaming, and I liked Alon's stuff a lot better because he just had all the tunes, and we were just like, I would just sit there and watch. He had all the characters unlocked, and would just do GW, and we'd be like, and interact that way. Then Skunk started his channel, and started watching that. Joined the Skunk Guild. Then that's where initially, I think. No. Correct me if I'm wrong, Finn. We had started hanging out on Merlin's stream before then, right? Before we started doing the Skunk Guild and stuff. If I'm wrong on that, Finn, I'm sure will correct me. But Merlin, who's a dark mage, who is really the guy that got us all started in this, was in TI. And TI initially was with the Skunk Coalition, but immediately did not like his BS and left immediately. It was a pretty quick departure. And so Merlin started streaming. I started hanging out there. And that's where I kind of met Merlin. And then I met Grande, and we would hang out while Merlin was streaming. And then Finn would always be in there asking a buttload of questions about the game, like Finn always is. And so we started doing that. And then Skunk was doing his thing. Issues happen. I don't want to go into all the whole Skunk drama thing, but basically me and Finn left and Merlin stopped streaming, and we were like, you know what, we could do this. So it was actually the first people that started the stream was myself and Finn, and then joining us on the stream was Stu from Furnaces, and then Dark Lord Lampshade, and we started doing this stuff. And it was mainly me and Finn in the background trying to figure out how to stream, how to set it up, what did what. And if you see our first few episodes, we had a lot of technical difficulties because we were kind of really learning as we kind of went along, and then that's kind of how it started. And then from there it grew. I mean, Grande eventually came from Skunk and came on us full time, and then we met Loki, and Loki became an RSG crew member, and then it just kind of spawned from there.
So when did you start? Like, how many episodes are you at now with Wednesday?
What episode is this, Finn? 94?
Let me check. I think it's 93 this week.
93, yeah. So 93. So
Wow.
almost 2 years we've been streaming. We'll hit the 2-year mark somewhere, I think May or June, that we've been streaming, just the Wednesday night stream. But
That's crazy.
Jedi,
For someone who's been like, what, we have like 4 streams under our belt, and I'm so done. It's there's so much to do. That's
well, you
a
have
long
to stick
time.
with
So,
it. I was,
you have
you
to stick with. You have to love the game. You have to love the people. You have to.
Well, that's
be
why
organized.
we did it. The original idea for RSG was just a bunch of us that love playing the game, just to hang out and BS, right? And then it kind of grew from what it is. I mean, it still is that. We still hang out and talk about the game and BS, but now we've expanded to other games and we're doing other things to make the channel grow. But really, it's all about the community. I mean, the game is great and all, but really what we enjoy the most is just hanging out with everybody, all our friends and stuff, and playing different games. And that's what really RSG is all about. It's just picking different games, hanging out with people, streaming for those that can't play so they can watch and have fun and interact. And that's really what it is. So that's really the whole concept behind it, is why we do what we do.
Okay, I have some punchy questions to ask you now. So you got to answer fast, and you can explain them if you really want to. If you really need to explain your choices. Okay, ready?
You can cut me off if you want, but okay.
Vader or Luke?
Vader.
Luke or Han?
Han.
Han or Chewie?
Han.
I like when you say Han's voice all sexy. Chewie or R2?
Oh, R2.
R2 or BB-8?
R2.
BB-8 or Finn?
I'll go with BB-8.
Finn or Jin?
Oh, Jin.
Jin or Juice?
How about both? Get my swerve on.
Would you rather fight a 1 Jabba-sized Porg or 100 Porg-sized Jabba?
That's a trick question.
They're both equal in mass, I think. So I'm going to go for the biggie.
The 1 Jabba-sized Porg.
Yeah.
Would you rather lose your entire account and have EA give you the only Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Revan unit available for eternity as a consolation gift, or keep your account?
I'm afraid I'd have to lose my account for our Lord and Savior Revan. For he is wise and powerful in both sides of the Force. Because I would be happy. I could always refarm the other characters, but if I had Revan for eternity and was running around with Revan, I'm like, I don't care. I'm happy. The rest is ancillary.
So your stream has been growing, and I think it's been quite intentional. You guys have gone from doing Wednesdays and Saturday mornings, and then did you add Saturday nights in? Is that kind of that's the newest one other than the lunch streams?
Yeah, so originally we just did Wednesday nights, right? That was the first streams. And then Jedi Academy happened. Smithy D actually started Jedi Academy, and he wanted our help, and he wanted to do a Saturday morning stream where we could bring just all the YouTubers, Game Changers together and stuff. And so Smithy D deserves credit for the initial start of it. But then soon after starting it, he couldn't maintain it, so we kind of took over. So that's how we kind of got to the Saturday morning Jedi Academy stream. And then we started doing 2 streams a week, and then we decided that we wanted to do something fun at night where we could just really cut loose and have fun and more mature stuff and things of that nature. And then from there, it just kept growing. I mean, Finn had the idea. He was like, do you have time to do a lunch stream? And I was like, sure, let's go for it. And initially, we were just going to see how it worked out. But, there's been so many people watching it that it's like, let's keep it going. We'll find time in our schedules to do it. And then Finn started doing his ADD gaming. And then we started doing some other things and playing some other games that people kind of enjoyed. And so started doing Diablo and Minecraft and Borderlands. And then the goal was I always wanted to do Battlefront, which is a matter of being able to financially get there. And we finally did, and we're starting to do Battlefront on PC and the game. So that's kind of how it goes. And, we've had other requests for other games that we're kind of looking into. So we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, we went from streaming once a week to streaming all the time.
You really have. It's like it's pretty. It's fun and it's great but it's crazy and you have to be home at lunch, right?
Yeah, the good thing for me, Finn works from home. He as a project manager, he does a lot of work from his house. For me, being a full-time student now, I'm fully invested in finishing school. So, my schoolwork's online. I take the time to get my schoolwork in, and then. The rest of the time I'm streaming. So that's kind of how I've got the time to do this right now. I mean, you never know in the future what will change, but I mean, really the goal is if we are successful enough to do this full time, and I always joke hookers and blow, but I mean, if me and Finn can buy a mansion and y'all can come hang out, we just play games all the time and stuff. That's the goal, but one step at a time. We really it's all about having fun.
Yeah, I think that's all of our goals, but you're just taking some active steps towards that end, right? What was I going to ask? So about you're doing your school online? What? Oh, God, people that can do that, it's like looking at a wild unicorn. Like I've tried to do stuff online when I was younger. It's really, you're doing your schooling online, so you don't go to any classes. You're just
all online. So
discipline.
Yeah, you get into a pattern, right? I mean, usually you just have to participate, and really, for me, the way I learn best is by actually looking and having stuff to interact with. Sitting through a lecture just bores me, unless it's something really exciting. And there's certain lectures that I can listen to, but for me, being able to get my hands on and visually, I'm a visual person. So visually, if I see it, I'm good. That's why, it's not hard for me. I'm an A student, but it's really not that hard. Really, the thing about online is just the sheer amount of, you got a lot of work to do, papers and assignments that you have to get done, and you've got to kind of figure out yourself. They do offer help, but I'm one of those kind of people that once I get locked in on something, I am not going to stop until I get it taken care of.
I want to make a joke there about you probably being a very good boyfriend, but I won't do that.
No, I'm awful. Let's move on.
Sorry, it's a Saturday night joke. So, okay, here we go again. Are you ready?
Yeah, Nihilus?
Nihilus or Scion?
Oh, Nihilus.
Scion or Treya?
Treya.
Treya or Revan?
Revan.
Yeah, Revan or Vader?
Revan.
Leia or Rey?
Rey.
Rey or Padme?
Rey.
Padme or Hera?
Ooh, I'm gonna go Hera.
Hera or Sabine?
Oh, Sabine.
Sabine or Ventress?
Sabine.
Ventress or Daka?
Gee, let me think about this. Oh, I don't know, Ventress.
Daka or Holdo?
Holdo
or Rose?
Holdo.
Rose or Jar Jar?
Oh, me as a pick a Jar Jar.
Poor Rose. Yoda walks through the door right now wearing nothing but a smile and a lightsaber. What does he say and why is he here?
Naked I am. Touch me you will.
Which Star Wars creature would you most like to have as a pet and why?
Oh, Rancor.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you want a Rancor?
So I can tear stuff up. Oh, Mr. Police Officer, did you just give me a ticket? Meet my friend the Rancor. Oh,
Here, bye. So the dude who took care of the Rancor, he was very emotional when the Rancor was.
He cried.
He did. Do you think that he would they actually he could hang out with him and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, it was a pet, but I mean, some animals that are even no matter if they're pets or not. I mean, wild animals like that. I mean, because Rancors, I believe, come from Dathomir, which is the Night Sister world, right? So they're wild animals. So even if you tame one, it's still got that. It's like anybody that owns a grizzly or lions and stuff like that. You still have to be respectful because at a moment's notice, they can turn on you and you die.
Rancor come from Dathomir, and they never did anything in Rebels with that. That's kind of too bad.
I don't know if that's canon. I just know that from other EU legends and stuff. Originally, Rancors were from there.
If you could live in any Star Wars era, what would it be, and who would you be?
I would live in the Old Republic, and I would be a Sith.
Yeah, I think you're too sweet to be a Sith, but I'll let you have.
Oh, come on.
I think you are. I think that's pretty.
No, I could be evil. I could be evil.
Yeah, I could be evil. No, evil people don't say stuff like that. They don't at all say stuff
Hey, I didn't go to evil medical school to be
throw
called
me a
Mr.
freaking bounty
Evil.
here, T-Money.
If you could get rid of one scene in Empire, which would it be?
Boy, oh boy. Empire.
That's a tough one.
There's nothing I would take out of Empire, to be honest, because I just
Why
think
ask that one?
it's a phenomenally good movie.
That's why I asked that one.
Yeah, there's not a scene that I just sit there and go, not Empire.
If you had to get rid, okay, let me rephrase it. If you had to get rid of,
if I had to get rid of one,
if you had to get rid of one,
well, that's tough. I'm really trying to think about this. I'm actually going through the movie right now, trying to figure out what scene would I cut from there.
Yeah, that's a really tough question.
I guess Chewie working on C-3PO. You know, it's funny, but I mean, maybe cut that out. That's about the best I can do. Good Lord. That's a tough question. How do you destroy something you love?
Exactly. Boxers or briefs?
Oh, boxers.
Sit-ups or push-ups?
Push-ups.
Push-ups or pushovers?
Push-ups.
Push-ups. Millennium Falcon or Supremacy?
Oh, I'm taking the Falcon.
See, can't be a Sith. Be like, I like the Falcon.
No,
What's the best part
ship? I could be a Sith, take over the Falcon, and still dominate the galaxy. That's
true. I don't know. I think a Sith would look pretty goofy behind the helm of the Falcon.
Mm-hmm. Just paint that sucker black. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. What's the best part of the game right now? Best and worst. I'll ask. What's the best and worst parts of the game right now?
I think the best has got to be the new raid. It's been a challenge. There's been some hiccups, but I mean, it looks great. The visuals, I mean, the playing of it. I'm very impressed with the Sith raid. I think the worst part, and some might consider the best part, but I think it's the dumpster fires, territory wars. Territory wars are fun, but what they've done recently with the changes, specifically the addition of the teams with no communication on that, really threw people for a loop, right? I mean, territory wars can be fun, but it's still some of the moves I just don't understand with that game concept. I thought it was fine the way it was. All they needed to do was add some flags and keep it so where people couldn't get ties. And they went ballistic on that sucker, you know. I think the rest of the game is fine the way it is. I mean, PvP is what it is. GW is what it is. Ships is pretty bad. Ships is pretty stale, actually, because there hasn't been any new ships. It's kind of the same teams. There's really no difference in what you're fighting. You know, so everybody's got Chimera, everybody's got the same lineup, so there are changes here and there. So ships is kind of boring. You know, I'm glad that they did make some of the quality of life changes they did with GW and stuff, because that was a pain in the butt, in my opinion. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give my opinion here because I just feel like it. I feel like whenever we ask the question, like, we don't know why they did something, the answer is money. So like, why didn't they tell us the cadence of Ray? Money. They wanted us to panic farm, right? They wanted everybody to panic farm. You can't panic farm if you have weeks in advance notice. Like, why did they put 15 extra teams in TW? Money. They wanted, like, these big guilds are like all of a sudden like, oh god, we don't need 4 defensive teams at Gear 12. We need 5. Everybody farm, right? It's just always, and then they push us to the brink where we're like, we're rebelling, you know, like, get your ships, we're going for the Death Star. And they're like, oh wait, we just made a mistake. We're just silly, and we just didn't realize it, and we didn't realize that 3 days notice wasn't enough notice. Well, yes you did. You're like a massive company with very smart people. Yes you did. And they're like, oh, we're gonna tell you the cadence now. So they like push us and they push us and they push us until we can't be pushed any further, and then they do like a nice good thing for us, right? And it looks like, oh, they just made a mistake before. They didn't make a mistake. They never make a mistake.
Yeah.
Can I disagree with one thing Team Money said?
No, this is not your interview, Finn. You be quiet.
The money thing is usually right, except for the territory war point I think you made.
Yeah, I don't know about territory wars, but
the thing that happened with territory war, if you look at all of the changes that were made, they were all changes made by the community in order to break ties, but they were all made independent of each other. So one of the suggestions was to increase the number of teams on defense. Another suggestion was that you give extra points if you win on defense, or if you beat somebody on offense on the first try. Like, all of these things were independently suggested ideas. I don't necessarily think it was money, because there really wasn't much incentive for them monetarily to do anything with territory wars. I think their intention was to make territory wars less ties for people, but I don't think they have any kind of critical thinking in order to say, well, we don't need to implement 8 ideas at once and say, oh, now we're breaking ties. They basically just didn't think on their own and just did everything that the community suggested, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
my biggest issue was not so much that it's their game. They can make changes all they want, but the communication about it, and I still haven't gotten an explanation of why they decided to up the teams like they did for all guilds across the board, which is fine. That's their prerogative. But however, they're going to get backlash on it, and I was the biggest one leading the charge on that. Like, if you're going to change stuff or you're going to do stuff, the communication has got to be way better. I mean, the communication we got on Territory Wars was one line in the bug report. It's like, okay, you had that, and then the previous, post had been something about this is something on the line for top tier guilds, blah blah blah, and nothing to do with everybody else. So we were all shocked when it happened. I think that's more the bigger thing, and then the Luke and the Ray thing, which is outrageous. I can't. We've talked about it on the stream, so I don't want to get into depth about it now. But yeah, it's pretty much a money grab. Panic farm. Some people, the counter is, well, you should have already been farming those characters up anyway. And my counter to that is like, well, most people don't necessarily want to farm those characters. Necessarily. What if they want to work on their Sith team or work on this team? Because that's what they enjoy doing. If you're going to make people when they first join the game, get Phoenix, get 5 Empire, get 5 Jedi, get 5 of this, so you can get these 4 characters so you can participate. I mean, that's crazy. And then not have any announcement, just drop it on a dime. I mean, it's pretty blatant, but that's a whole separate thing we can get into. So.
I was writing up, I do these like really too long didn't reads for my guilds where I talk about strategy and the game and kind of where where the guild is going. And what I realized in writing it up, I was kind of writing it by like territory wars, this is what we're doing, territory battles, this is what we're doing. And I realized, we will never, ever, ever, ever have 2 game modes on farm. Arena and territory wars. Like it's the raids on farm. So I'm like, nobody farm anything for the raid unless you're like inspired and you want to do it and go for it, whatever. But you don't feel obligated that you have to farm anything for the raid. But territory wars, like that will always be a moneymaker for them, like in perpetuity, because we will all like your guild will do a little bit more, my guild will do a little bit more, Mm-hmm. We'll get into a rut, we'll be like, oh look, we're winning, and then you'll come up against a guild and be like, ooh, these guys have been working really hard, and then you got to push your guys to like, what's that?
I'd be like, they hurt us.
They hurt us bad. Like, get your shit in gear. Oops, pardon me. Get your stuff in gear, guys, and move ahead. So I think the Territory Wars is their bread and butter from here on in. I like it. I think it's fun. It's hard, but it's, as like a person who loves strategy and loves leading a guild and helping to make game modes enjoyable, I can see the path, but it definitely is. I don't know. I think it's the way that they're driving us right now. And then Arena.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Can you imagine how much money they've made just on the 50 refreshes to climb an arena? Okay. Like, millions. Okay, I have 2 questions left. I think maybe 3. If you could farm any like C grade characters right now for like a useful purpose, we're talking like the ones we make fun of, Cup, Mob Enforcer, Spy, which is not a grade C character, but like the characters we make fun of that you don't have in your roster, right to Gear 12 with all of any Zetas and Omegas. Who would it be?
Ugnaught. I mean, maybe. I mean, that's
cool.
What
would you use him for?
I don't know. Maybe just I'm bored. I would use him in the tank raid just to see if I could push the limit. I mean, unfortunately, those characters are just not. They're not good. I mean, if you have nothing else to work on, by all means, get more GP, get your stuff up, see if you can come up with something. But there's a reason why you don't see a lot of videos anywhere on those characters. Because they get smoked. They have maybe use here and there if you can be creative, but it's a hard choice. I mean, I've farmed some of them to 7 stars, but it's like I'll get them maybe Gear 6, Gear 7, and they'll sit there until I get all my other characters done, and then I'll go back maybe farm them up a little bit because I have nothing else to do. But that's really what they're there for. I feel like they're just placeholders. Nobody uses those characters for that reason.
There's a video just the other day on Lobot.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Lobot versus the meta. I was like, oh, so exciting, and like watched it, and Lobot just got murdered. Like, nope. I love those ones. Can Ugnaught be
Lobot?
I was like,
and
nope.
the butt
The answer is
kicking.
no. Sorry. Okay, so what else did I want to ask you? I wanted to ask you. So what is okay? I have two questions. What's the vision for the stream? Like over the next year, do you have? I don't know, maybe you don't want to reveal that to us, but what are the goals for the stream? Is someone trying to play with this as well? What do you see? What's your rate of growth? You've done 1,000 viewers since I've came on your show. When was that? Like back in November? No, October, something like that.
Yeah, for the 2,000 subscriber one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what are the goals? What's RSG gonna look like this time next year?
Hopefully, we're still rocking and rolling really hardcore. I mean, the thing is, we want to make it a channel where people come to enjoy gaming. That's what we love the most. It started with Galaxy Heroes, and we will always be Galaxy Heroes stream. But we want to get into other games. Expand what we're doing. What it'll look like for games we're playing, I don't know, because games come and go. So in a year, I couldn't tell you what games we're going to be playing. It'll mainly be Star Wars games. I can tell you that much. I'm even thinking of I still have to do this. I just haven't had time to go back in and deal with getting my Old Republic account up, because I've had some requests for that. But I mean, we're starting to get a lot of requests for different games. So it's just a place where people can come and hang out and play the game and have a good time and hang out in Discord and shoot the breeze and talk about games and get help, and just it's really the thing we do this mainly for is the community. I mean, the people that you meet and that say they enjoy and support you, that's really what we live for. So we do what we do to be their voice and have fun and give them something to kind of give the doldrums of day-to-day life, which we all are aware of because we deal with it. some excitement. So yeah, tails, hookers, and blow for everyone. Really, I mean that's the goal.
On that note, Ranger, I just picked up my poo.
Oh, see, so Finn's collecting
what?
poo. Yeah, he's playing Pick Arc or whatever that is. So
what?
Yeah, it's for fertilizer. Don't ask too many. I don't want.
He did say he just picked up his own poo, though, right?
Yeah, that's in the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll move on.
I really do. I know that you said you don't want to, and I really don't want to either because it's one of those search for stuff games. But I really want to play that pirate game so we can all talk about. We can all talk like a pirate.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm not impressed. I'm not.
Is your chat working? Mine's not.
Arr. Swap the deck, matey. Arr. Team Money, yeah, Bill's niche. Get on it.
Does anyone
fire your cannons? Yeah.
Pick up Finn's poo so he can make more fertilizer.
He'd be building a house, matey.
You guys, I would absolutely watch like the worst mobile games or like the worst mobile games of our era if you did like a topic on that, you know what I mean? And it sounds like the one that you're playing might be one of them.
Well,
we need a montage. Montage.
Even Rocky had a montage. Montage.
So my last question is just: what haven't I asked you that I should have asked you, Ranger? I don't know what you're expecting with the interview, but
anything you want. Game.
What personal? Is your favorite color?
I don't know. Oh. Anything you want, personal, game related. I don't care.
No, that's all the questions I had. Okay. Yeah.
All right. That's been the Ranger J 1999 and Team Money interview here on NPR. We hope you enjoyed it. Any comments or feedback, send that in to us here at NPR. Thanks.
I congratulate Team Money for getting Ranger to admit that Ugnaught is a C-level character.
Didn't Ugnaught have like some little thing happening in P3 of Hat where he was like people would use him as I don't think he has a lead, but they would use him in there and he'd dodge everything.
You use him with Old Ben as a lead, and he would basically just keep on dodging like every attack, and then you could RNG to get like massive amounts of stuns. It was an RNG play with Old Ben lead and Ugnaught for the dodge. It's still fun to play around with. It just didn't end up as effective as Chirpatine, and no more people had Chirpatine than Old Ben and Old Ben and Ugnaught ready to go. So It just never amounted to much.
Yeah,
but it was fun.
Yeah, Finn failed us.
After
all right,
those last few episodes of Rebels, I really want Ugnaught now.
Finn was
so cute.
The first thing Finn said to me is like, "Did you see Ugnaught?" Like, yes, I did. Finn, calm down.
He was the hero. He was the hero.
He was the hero.
Yeah.
He's a brave little boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's a boy.
Well, yeah, that's pretty sure it's a boy. So now that we've got through the interview, thank you, Team Money, for that. That was fun. Let's get to some questions from the good people out there in the community. Stanley, are you ready to rock and roll, brother?
Ready.
Look at Stanley. He is on top. Your apprentice is doing well, sir.
Okay, Anton88. Question: how do I mod Krennic?
Who wants to take this one?
Crit damage and speed.
Yeah. Oh, is it
Keith Cut? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to get to the next question.
No, go for it, brother.
Keith Constantino. Question first, thanks for all the love for the community. I have crew, Xylo, First Order Officer, First Order Stormtrooper. Which tune should I gear and level up? First Order TIE Pilot or the Special Forces TIE Fighter Pilot?
Do both. I don't know. You're going to need both for ships. First Order TIE Fighter Pilot is amazing as a ship. So gear him up. But I really... Look, I don't know how you feel, but I think First Order Special Forces and Executioner in that First Order lineup is cash money. Is Loki there?
Yeah, No, I would do first order TIE pilot first. You need him for the ship. I don't think that ship's going away in ship meta. It's still one of the hardest hitting ships you can have in your fleet. And then I'm on the fence for the special forces and his ship right now. I've tried it.
Not so much a ship, but the character. Yeah, I'm not too big on the
Platoon's
ship.
okay. He's super squishy. That's the problem with him. If you can hide him behind the 2 tanks, then you got a good shot. But I do like First Order Executioner better than the Special Forces one right now. So as soon as he goes free to play, get ready to farm him up and max him out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then yeah, that would be my farm order: is get your First Order TIE pilot going, and then Executioner, and then you can mess with Special Forces when he's like the last one. That's my opinion.
The First Order guy that we had on Nerf Herders, he runs the Special Forces guy in Arena, and I guess it's like the double stun, right? Crew has that stun on his second special, and then Special Forces TIE Fighter pilot also has a stun as well when he calls the assist, and yeah, so you got like a double stun team. That Crew stun is just amazing. Like the 2-turn stun. It's like you stun somebody, especially against Scion. Like you stun him, and then you're like kind of waiting and worried that he's and like, oh yeah, I've got like 2 whole turns, and really by the time you have 2 turns, it's game over for the other team. Especially if they don't have a cleanser, and Empire often doesn't.
No, unless they're running Thrawn, where he can speed them up and stuff.
True. Yeah.
All right, next question, please, sir.
Corey Dahlmeyer, question: seriously considering a Zeta on Chirpa? I think it could be nasty for territory wars. I have about all of the meta Zetas. Thoughts?
On which character?
Chirpa.
Yeah, Ewoks are amazing. Who hasn't answered something? Vincelli, jump in here, buddy. What do you think of that?
Probably the wrong person to ask about Ewoks.
Okay, we're moving on to Dr. Finn Medicine Woman.
If you're gonna run him in territory war, you need it. That's one of the That's one of the you need that Zeta for that whole team to get going.
Yeah.
Because the more they call assists, then assuming you have all the basics Omega'd, then they're gonna keep buffing each other, and he needs it. So I would do that and then wick it and go from there if you're gonna run Ewoks.
All right.
Andre Race. Question: will Snoke be released in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in the coming days?
All right, let's try this again, Vincelli. What do you think?
I think no.
I agree.
I don't think we're going to get Snoke at all. I think if we're going to get any more characters from The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens, I think we're going to be getting Hux. We're going to be getting more First Order, more Resistance. I mean, General Leia, for example. I just think there's too many tunes that they need to release before they release Snoke. And on top of that, we got the Solo movie right around the corner, so there's a lot of things around the corner, so a lot of new tunes.
Yeah, I think the Praetorian Guards might be one that they pop into. So, and you got Rebels. There's still a bunch of characters from Rebels that they could put into the game as well. You know, so no, I don't see a Snoke coming in anytime soon. All right, next question, sir.
Chrome Cobra. Question: how does Loki like our not safe for work channel?
Oh.
It's good. I like the furry porn in it. If you put Rule 34 in the room, that's my favorite.
Who has that?
Chrome Cobra.
Oh.
Oh my.
I just like he's back. I mean, he keeps saying he's retiring and then he comes back. So, Lady Ondane must have a special trance on him or something, and he keeps coming back. Puts the furry porn in the Planet Morvan Discord server. It's pretty fun.
Oh God. Oh, Jesus.
Next question, please.
Mateus Cavalcanti. Question: what's the best team for Phase 2 Sith Raid?
Who hasn't answered a question? Graham, I haven't heard from you in a bit. What do you think?
What was the question?
They're busy collecting poo and berries, man. And steaks.
Steaks.
I got 12 meat.
I got 12 pieces of meat.
I picked the berries out of Finn's poo. That was awesome.
Jesus.
And the corn.
What are you playing? What is the name of this game?
It's called PixArt.
Pixart?
Like
ART?
ARK.
ARK.
It's like Minecraft meets Ark. It's fun.
Cool.
It's very fun.
Except when the T-Rexes are eating them. Or the werewolves.
I only got eaten by a T-Rex on the first day.
Or the werewolf eats all
Hey,
their stock.
you can pick the corn. You can pick the corn out of the poop and then make bricks.
No, you can't do that.
And then build a house.
Okay, we have to stop talking about this.
Yeah.
They used to make bricks out of corn, man.
Next question, please. Jesus.
No, we didn't even answer the.
What was the question? Sorry, we got distracted. Okay, what's the question again?
What's the best team for Phase 2 Sith Raid?
All right, Grim.
Best team for Sith Raid?
Mm-hmm. Phase
2.
JTR.
No.
Oh, that's the answer.
It is the answer. The best team for it is JTR.
What's the best team for any Phase of Sith Raid? JTR. Okay, let's move on. What other teams could you use? Say
No,
use
she
your
sucks
JTR
in 3 and 4, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Imperial Troopers, Jawas, the Thermal Detonator Bounty Hunter team.
See, Grim, you got it.
Night Sisters.
Yeah, Night Sisters. Let's see here. What else? Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really think of any others right now.
All right, next question.
You can use Phoenix and you can use Ewoks.
Yeah.
They'll get you $1 million each. You just gotta mod them right and have the Zetas.
Phoenix. I'm concerned that people are farming Phoenix right now. They're so if they're a new player, great. If you're not, it's so resource intensive.
It's a lot of carbohydrates. Not gonna lie.
It's a lot of carbs and it's a lot of Zetas. I like these splitting up teams. I don't know them really well, but the one with Scarefable, Pathfinder, and Ezra and Sabine, like kind of picking apart the Phoenix, I like that.
Yeah, you can do the Newt cheese in Phase 2. So you have Newt and Scaref Rebel, Pathfinder, and Leia, and like Zombie or something like that. Another Night Sister. Like you'll get $1 million from that.
Cool.
All right, next question, please.
Danilo Papais. Question: Marvel Strike Force launches today. Who's in?
Not me.
Not me. I might play this poo game with Grim and
I was gonna say I'm looking for another game to play, but I got interested in the poo game.
It's an early beta, and so it's on discount. So now is the time to get it.
Yeah, it's $20 right now. It's really fun, guys.
I know, we're just giving you a hard time.
But yeah.
Just because I was sitting there doing Battlefront, and all of a sudden, the first day they were playing it, Stanley goes, "Hey, I just pooed." I'm like, what?
Well,
and then he's like, "Oh, I can pick it up too."
There is actually a keybind for the action of defecate in the game. Just there's actually a defecate action, and you have to keybind something to defecate on wood. Otherwise, you'll do it automatically.
Like,
you'll just run around and all of a sudden say,
"What
"You have
are y'all playing?"
Let's just put it this way, since it's based off of Ark, there used to be, well, there still is a server and tribe called Pooping Evolved.
Okay, we're moving on.
Fascinating.
Anybody here playing Strike Force?
I am.
No.
I'm level 50.
Okay.
Just waiting for it to release.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't feel like playing another game like Galaxy of War.
One is enough for Finn.
One is too much as it is, so yes.
Mike, are you
Good
still
Lord,
there?
you've almost cleared this entire place out.
You're not spoken up one time, man. You know what? Next two questions go to Mike. I know you got sweary daughter there and stuff, but
Yeah, that's all right. She's got her older swearing daughter, sister with her. So
right.
So hopefully they won't go to the frequency that dogs can only hear, and them.
All right, next two questions to Mike. Stanley, fire away.
Andre Race, question. I would like to hear your thoughts about the dev blog communication on Star Wars Galaxy of Hero posted yesterday.
Oh, we're going to cover that.
Tune in tonight at 8 p.m.
Yeah, we're going to break that sucker down. All right, next two questions for Mike.
Well, he said.
Yeah.
Okay, Corey Dahlmeyer, what do you guys think is going to happen with the game? Will it keep going, or will CG do a big mistake or something and everyone gets mad and quits?
What do you think, Mike?
I think that there's a lot of people that have invested a lot of time in this game, and unless it really is kind of in the forums, oh, by the way, we're taking the right royal now, and we're going to want blah, 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 which I can't see them doing. No, I mean, I got into it via another EA game. Can't remember. Oh, Blitz. I used to play Blitz. And then it offered me a free Poe Dameron, and it was like, all right, let's have a look at this, and that was it. I was hooked.
Right.
Well, like, what if they were to say, do like, we're releasing 6 and 7 mods, but you can't get them unless you pay real money? That would piss off a lot of people.
It would. It would make an awful lot of whales very happy, though.
Yeah,
because they would effectively get their divide, which they just in some of the chats that I'm in, I'm aware that there's a lot of disgruntlement that you've got people that have invested huge amounts of money and they're getting sniped by free-to-play players who now have caught up, which is that is brilliant. I mean, it enables everyone to compete, and I think CG need applauding for that. Actually, balancing out Arena. There's so much going on with it that you've got the options, you've got the guilds, you've got the communities. It's a very, very well thought out game plan. Because we're streaming about it. You've got all the social media sites that we use to converse about it. I mean, it's huge. And well, maybe selfish reasons.
Companies have
companies
have made boo-boos in the past, which is costing the game. The Old Republic's made some boo-boos. I remember the original MMORPG game, Galaxies, Star Wars Galaxies, when they introduced the NGE. Oh, Lord, that game went down the toilet immediately. It can happen. I mean, if a company makes a decision...
That's an understatement.
Companies have done it in the past where they've introduced something, and it's like, that's the death of the game. So I think
Call of Duty is probably the biggest blunder, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good example.
From swamping YouTube to... the biggest YouTubers of the game getting like 1,000 views on something or less. I mean and that was courtesy of COD, wasn't it? I mean, that would be the way, actually, isn't it? Is if we all stopped talking about it and streaming about it and watching streams about it, then that would signify problems. But it's growing.
Yeah, so next question.
Mateus Cavalcanti. Question, do you think that Nihilus lead, Maul, and more Sith and Kylo will work for Phase 1 for a no-Rey player?
I probably have tried a Nihilus lead. The thing that you need to recognize immediately is that Nihilus doesn't crit. So your scores are going to be halved or more. So you get, I get where he's going with, if you've got a Nihilus lead Sith, then they're all healing every time they hit. But unfortunately, unless you really beef up all their offense, it's going to be underwhelming on the score part. And you'll get to enrage, but you'll be kind of registering almost half of what anyone else that gets to the same point and crits will score.
Yeah. Next question.
I'd look at a different lead, maybe Palps.
All right.
You made me think.
I know. That's what we do here. Sometimes. Maybe a little bit. Okay. Next question. We got time for 2 more questions, I think. So 2 more questions, please.
All right. JP, too easy. Question. Ranger, do you know the way to Revan?
Yes. It's a long path. You must first smash to the light side. Then you must smash to the dark side. And then... I'm trying to think of which would be the best path. I think booze, cigars. You have to have Loki build you a lightsaber. You have to get a checkup from Dr. Finn. And then you'll have to learn languages from Grande Patron, for the French extraordinaire. I think that's the correct path.
Shroud, when do you think the Thrawn event is coming back?
Oh, Lord. Who knows? My nemesis, the Thrawn event.
3, 2, 1 now.
Who do we need for the Thrawn?
You need Phoenix. Don't you know the 6-hour epic stream that is Ranger and Thrawn? Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking on my alt. My alt got a 7-star R2 the other day. CLS is a non-starter. It's completely free to play, and my vets are woeful.
All right, so I think that's let's do one more question. We got time for one more question.
Mr. Pennypinch, question: does the TIE Reaper's TM reduction work if he's in a reinforcement, or does it have to be in the starting lineup?
It used to, but it doesn't anymore. They fixed it.
So you can bring him out off the bench, and then he still does his TM, right?
Yeah, he only does it when he's part of your actual deployment. It doesn't work in reinforcements.
Gotcha. I finally got that turd to 5 stars. It's like, oh my god, the grind is real. The grind is real. I'm almost done. I'm about to be done with Special Forces and Gauntlet, and I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna have these 3 ships on hard node farm. See, Christmas 2020, I should be done. Right. Because the drop rate's just 1, 2, none, 1, none, 2, 1. It's like, oh my god, it's so brutal. All right, so that's going to be the stream for today. Now, we're not going to stream any Battlefront or anything. I am going to be playing Battlefront right after this stream, so me and V are going to go across the galaxy and dominate. If you would like to join us, you're more than welcome. If you'd like to join Finn in his poo game, then you can join Finn in his poo game. I don't know if you're going to be playing any Battlefront or anything, Finn, but if you'd like to join that game, you're more than welcome to. We're just going to hang out and play the game. No stream for that. But remember, tonight is the big stream. We got a lot to break down. We got the devs' new things that they're doing. So we're really going to be going at it at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern tonight. So subscribe so you know when it starts. Put the bell on and you'll know when we get rocking and rolling. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That always helps out the channel grow. Mike, you've got a channel. Why don't you tell the folks where it's at?
It's a YouTube channel, yes. Mike Hunt, SWGOH. I would advise that you put the SWGOH, otherwise you might have to pay to see what's on there. Yeah, but there's stuff there. There's me being stupid and trying. Well, yeah. Come on over. Have a look.
Have a cup of tea.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, a little bit of tea. Graham, anything you got ready to be posted yet?
What? Me? No, not yet. I'm working on it though.
Okay. So, and Loki, we know, is doing the lightsaber stuff. So he says he'll have something new out soon, right? Sir Loki? And we lost Sir Loki. All right, so there are some lightsaber builds coming out, but yeah, make sure you support all these channels, guys. Give it the thumbs up, subscribe, helps it grow, helps the community grow, helps the channels out tremendously. But your support, and we can do what we do without your support, so we thank you. But again, make sure you check out the stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, if you want to listen to this stream, the Lunch Hour stream, which we do every day, Monday through Friday, between 12 and 1 p.m., you are more than welcome to check us out live, or you can listen to us later, again, on iTunes, or you can just go back into YouTube and watch all the fun and madness as we do it. So let's thank everybody for being on today. Of course, T Money and her wonderful interviewing skills. Thank you for being here, T Money.
Thanks for having me, Ranger.
That's right. Hope you had fun. And then, of course, Grim, Loki, Dr. Finn, Mike, Stanley, who did an amazing job with the questions. And, of course, my boy V. We're about to go wreck some Battlefront 2. If you want to join us again, hit me up in Discord. You're more than welcome to join us. We're just going to hang out and play as I continue on my sniper quest. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Peace.